Do we have a moral duty to contracts we never signed? Imagine you're walking down the street and benefiting from a new community project. You didn't sign any papers, yet you're still part of it. Do you owe anything to it? That's the kind of question we're exploring today. When it comes to ethics and morals, especially within contractarianism, the idea of obligation without explicit agreement can get tricky. Contractarianism is a theory that says moral duties come from mutual agreements or social contracts. These are agreements people voluntarily make, like signing a contract or agreeing to rules. The key word here is voluntary consent. If you haven't signed or agreed to a contract, generally, you don't have a direct moral duty to follow it. That's because the foundation of contractarianism is that obligations are based on mutual consent. If you haven't agreed, then there's no clear moral obligation. But things aren't always that simple. Sometimes, people act as if they accept a contract even if they haven't signed it. For example, if you benefit from a service or benefit that's based on a contract, some argue you might have a moral duty to honor it. This is called implied consent. If you accept benefits or act in ways that suggest you agree, then you might be morally bound to the contract's terms. Think about it like this. If you use a shared road and benefit from it, you might have a moral duty to follow the rules that keep it safe, even if you never signed a formal agreement. Beyond individual contracts, contractarianism also considers the social contract we live in. Even if you never signed a specific agreement, society relies on a set of shared rules that everyone benefits from. So, there's a moral expectation to follow these rules to keep social cooperation smooth. But there are limits. If a contract is unfair or was made under deception or coercion, then the moral duty to follow it becomes weaker or might not exist at all. For example, if someone is forced into a contract or it's heavily unjust, then morally, you might not be obligated to honor it. Also, if you gain benefits unfairly or through deception, your moral duty to uphold the contract can be questioned. In real life, this means that if you've never agreed to a contract and don't benefit from it, then generally, you're not morally required to follow it. But if you do accept benefits or act as if you agree, then some moral duties might arise. To sum up within contractarianism, the idea is that moral duties to contracts depend on voluntary agreement or implied acceptance. Without signing or accepting benefits, there's usually no moral obligation. Still, social cooperation and fairness can influence whether you might have some moral duty to honor agreements you didn't sign. It's a nuanced topic, but understanding these principles helps clarify when we are morally bound by agreements and when we're not.